Foreman had a decent game against the Argos in late August, but because Fennerty had a great game for the Argos, it really didn't matter what the Stampeders did on offense. Foreman down the sidelines. Christensen dives, and they're going to call interference. You wonder about this call. So does Reggie Pleasant.
I think he's asking what he did. He's stride for stride. Reggie Pleasant and Jay Christensen just laying out for it is Christensen, and Pleasant, to me, has good position. Couldn't have played it any better.
Surely the official didn't think that Pleasant caused Christensen to lose his feet. Christensen jumped for the ball. Pleasant continued running, had perfect position. Should not have been a flag on that one, according to what we saw. But it is first down, Stampeders at the Argo 25. And maybe even call a flag on that one. Contact over the middle.
Well, I think we're seeing a little bit of the qualities that Bob Obilovich talks about when he says Lou Delorier at the safety spot makes them a more aggressive defense. His ability to come upfield quickly and put a hit on a receiver and make them think twice the next time they come into that area.
Second down from the 25-yard line. Stampeders down by a converted touchdown. Pressure from Harold Hallman, and he's going to like this one. A rather understated celebration by the ex-Stampeder.
Well, watch, he starts on the nose. He comes to the left. Rodney Harding comes down, grabs the guard, gets in the way of the center. Leo Blanchard, the tackle, was already one-on-one with Don Baldwin, so there was no one there to block Hallman.
This front four of the Argonauts is so active now, can do so many tricks up there that it makes it very tough for the offensive linemen. They know the four pass rushers are coming, but they don't know from which direction. McLaughlin missed it to the left. Delorier will give up 1 point, and the Argo lead is now 6 points. Toronto 10 and Calgary 4. For their own problems, tomorrow they'll have one called Earl Winfield as they face the Hamilton Tiger Cats at Ivor Wynne Stadium. The Canadian Football Network, Bob Irving and Neil Lumsden at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Now he's learned which team is number one after the trade, so Landry and Hallman are even. Pernell Moore, and he got a big block and almost, yes, he could still run for a lot of yards, stumbled and fell, but that's a play that is ever dangerous with Pernell Moore out in the flat.
Well, a play that they've used primarily to Jeff Boyd this year, but Pernell Moore brings the same qualities as Jeff Boyd. Quick hitch, Warren Hudson goes out in the flat. Big block right there on Major. Pernell Moore comes inside, breaks the one tackle from Mitchell Price, and just makes the yardage on his own.
Boyd scored a touchdown on that very play last week against Edmonton, so they'll do it the other way. Boyd doesn't get a touchdown with it this time, but another good gain, and suddenly the Stampeders have something else to worry about.
Well, we saw the last play was exactly the same thing to Pernell Moore. He took it back inside. Jeff Boyd, the same play to the other side, only Boyd peels it out. If it isn't for Greg Peterson taking a good angle here on chasing Boyd down, Boyd's going to score.
The simplest of plays in terms of execution, at least for Renfro and the receivers. A couple of blockers there to help them out, and suddenly the Argos are at Calgary's 30-yard line.
Well, Greg Peterson back at the safety spot that he was more accustomed to after Flagel went to Hamilton. Young man from Brigham Young, was an academic All-American when he was at Brigham Young. Very intelligent individual, going to be a lawyer when he finishes his football career.
Be sure to fill out your ballot and drop it in one of the official Allied selection boxes here at the stadium at the next Stampeder home.
Larry Kaharich and Wally Bono to his left there. So we saw a few running backs in his life, in his career in Montreal as a linebacker.
Ron Hopkins, the star in the secondary for Calgary. Doesn't look as though he'll miss too much action. The Argos will take note of his absence in this play. Send Boyd out to the left and Moore far to the right side. fake it to Fennerty. Renfro in the flat. Hudson caught it. Went down, got up, went down again.
Little play action gets Hudson in the flat. The adjustment the Stampeders had to make with Hopkins coming out was Darcy Kopp go to safety and Greg Peterson going to the halfback spot. And that's the way they'll stay until Hopkins is able to return. And it won't be for a little while yet.
A gain of a yard for the Argonauts. 2nd and 9 from the Calgary 29. Renfro to Moore at the sidelines, and Pernell Moore continuing to be a force. Chris Major covering him, but that's not easy with this rookie with great speed, good moves, and fine hands.
Yeah, I would imagine the fear is if you get a little bit too close and snug up to him.
Holding, Toronto number 56. 2nd down repeated.
You could get yourself burned as Ian Beckstead is charged for holding. Beckstead may be the healthiest of the offensive linemen. I think he's only missed 1 game this year.
Argos back at the Calgary 39, and it's 2nd and 19. Movement along the offensive line. Dan Ferroni brought the Stampeders, and that's exactly what they should do. So the Argos will march back 5 more yards.
Illegal procedure, Toronto number 59.
Well, sometime after breaking the huddle and getting to the line of scrimmage, Dan Ferroni to your left of your screen, number 69, goes from a 2-point stance to a 3-point stance and then back up to his 2-point stance a little too soon.
Yes, indeed, it was number 69, Ferroni, the left guard, and so the Argos back up to the Calgary 44. 5 more yards needed. 2nd down, 24. 4-man rush for the Stampeders. Renfro must look deep. Not deep enough to Moore, but that will put them in field goal range for Chomik.
Well, it gets him that much closer, even though that the ball wasn't thrown to the 1st down marker. With a guy like Pernell Moore, you can throw it short and hope that he'll get you the 1st down strictly on his running ability.
Stampeder Football Club is pleased to again have number 1 fan Ralph Sedar, courtesy of the Northview Shopping Center.
Tonjemi will hold and try to slant the football just the way Lance Chomik likes it. That's the way he did it from 23 earlier, and this is a 34-yard attempt. It's good, and the Argos have 13 points and a lead of 9. It's the Argos 13 and the Calgary Stampeders 4. This game is brought to you by Foster's Lager on the Canadian Football Network. The Argonauts are one of only 2 CFL teams that does not have a losing record away from home. Argos 3-3 on the road, and so are the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Nice pass by Warman. Emmanuel Tolbert with the catch.
Warman's pass complete to
Warman once again using that play action and moving the pocket, this time a little bit to the outside to his left. Not exactly a roll, but just a sort of a sidestep. Fake to Faulkner. See the offensive lineman stepping, taking that corner away, cutting off any pursuit that they might want to go after, and getting the ball out to the flat.
Sean Faulkner with the ball. Zambiazzi chases him. Delorier finally made the tackle, but that's the kind of success the Stampeders hope and think they can have running the ball.
Larry Kaharich in the past has been very accurate when we sat down and asked him what his game plan has been. Last week he suggested that he wanted to go deep in the middle against the Lions. He said we have to have success running the football. See Zambiazzi taking the inside route, thinking he could cut Faulkner off, eventually catching up with him and getting some help from Delorier.
Good gain, 12 yards. They'll stay on the ground with Petros. He reaches for the 45.
Here's Petros on 1st and 10. Rodney Harding on the stop for the Argonauts. A gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
Couple of yards for Tim Petrus. It looks like a Calgary pass at second down from the Toronto 45. They spread their receivers very wide. Almost at the sidelines. Foreman throws it right down the middle. And that's exactly why they want those wide receivers way out there, to leave as much room as they can in the middle for players like Tolbert.
Tolbert up the middle. Warman reads the blitz. Selwyn Drain, 26, comes from the right side. He'll get to Warman, but not before Emmanuel Tolbert can make his way and go up that seam in between 29 Noble and 15 Delorier.
Really is a strange looking formation when you've got two wide receivers, Toner and Christensen, way out to the sidelines, and Tolbert and Willis, the two dangerous receivers, so-called, lined up as slot backs. Tolbert just over 1,000 yards now for the season with that catch, and Delorier is on one knee.
The first to go over the 1,000-yard mark this year for the Stampeders, Larry Willis, not too far behind, and I'm sure he'll crack it, needing only 8 yards. Lou Delorier going off, who replaced by Jake Vaughn, number 24, at the safety spot.
Stampeders have done a nice job protecting Rick Warman. And of course, that Argo rush can be ferocious. Warman on the run, and he has Tolbert wide open, but Tolbert dropped it.
Everything you could want. Back to the play action. Gets everyone going to the left side. Warman leaks out. Watch all the flow. Glenn Culk at the part of the screen you can't see him, steps down. Warman's got Tolbert going right to the corner. Yeah.
So the Stampeders try again from the Argo 12. This is a touchdown in front of Reggie Pleasant by Jay Christensen.
I think Christensen's answering some questions here for Larry Kaharich tonight. He pushes down on Reggie Pleasant, makes that little cut and works back to the quarterback.
There is a tendency when you're defending against Calgary to worry about Tolbert and Willis and not about the other two receivers. The Argos have to give some thought to Christensen now.
Well, when we asked Larry Kaharich if we felt he was kind of one-sided with really only Tolbert and Willis, the deep threats, he said no. He thinks Christensen will come along. He's got the speed and the great hands, and he's proving it so far tonight.
So McLaughlin's convert is good, and the Calgary Stampeders are within 2 points. Jay Christensen has his second career CFL touchdown. He had one last year and now one tonight, and he has become an offensive force in this game for the Stampeders. Flag is thrown, and the Stampeders appeared to be offside in the kickoff. Paul Masadi from Acadia University returning for the Argonauts. There are flags down where he was tackled as well.
Yes, hi folks, how are the dance lessons going? Keep it up. Noah, number one, back below now.
Once again, we see Christensen will work down. It's man-to-man coverage. Linebackers get to drop straight back. They all move to the left, but it wouldn't have made any difference because Christensen had got himself in the open in the end zone. And Lou Delorier, who went out on that play to Emmanuel Tolbert over the middle, has a pinched nerve over his right knee.
Offside, Calgary number 3, holding Toronto. Re-kick.
Fans offside.
Well, there's nothing quite as frustrating as an offside and a kickoff. But of course it helps when the other team holds on the return and you get to kick off again from the 40-yard line.
Wins the most support back. Please present your winning program to the stands. Main administration office. 2-6, 3-2-0.
Bob Obilovich made an interesting comment today when we were talking with him that he feels there's a lot more pride by the players put in the special teams. I know years ago, players thought special teams were a little bit of a garbage detail, but now with the explosiveness they're shown, with the great returners we now have in the game, they really become a part of the game, an offensive part, and people enjoy being a part of that team.
Stampeders say onside this time. McLaughlin gets lots of distance on the kick, and Basadi returns it again. Stampeders take him down at the 25-yard line. So the Argos have had the lead throughout, but it's never been as slim as it is right now, 13-11, and the Stampeders have righted themselves, and with 7 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half, the Stampeders have things going rather well. The Argos will try to change that.
Thinking we might see a little bit more affinity early in the game, they really seem that the Argonauts have not tried too hard to establish the run.
Again, they throw the ball along the line of scrimmage. Nastasiuk had it ripped away from him. Landry, ever vocal, wants to know why it's not Calgary ball. So the Argos are going to make the Stampeders stop that quick pass along the line of scrimmage. They've done it to 3 different receivers now. That's the least successful of the attempts. 2-yard gain to Nastasiuk. Flag is thrown, and Moore makes another catch. He's winning the battle with Chris Major.
There's a flag down.
Pernell Moore has 5 catches now, and it'll stick. The interference call going against the Stampeders.
Forward pass interference. Calgary number 3. First down.
David McCrary was called, not on the eventual receiver of the pass, Pernell Moore. So that was interference somewhere else.
But somewhere else was halfway across the field, too. Nowhere near where the play was eventually ended up.
The Argos want to know where the ball will be if they take the penalty and where it'll be if they don't, because
They're going to move it up.
they did complete the pass to Moore.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jersey City offers a complete line of officials. St. Peter and CFL Souvenirs. Be sure to stop by one of their locations.
Put the ball down at the 38-yard line.
Calgary number 3 declined. First down.
That's where Moore went out.
$35 on sale for just $25. Argonauts, first and 10 at their own 38.
Kennedy gets the handoff this time, looks for room, none is there. Landry celebrates his first solo tackle of the game.
Oh, great pursuit by the Calgary defense. The Argonauts giving him a look going to the one side. Counter step by Fendi, step to the right, slide back to the left. He's got big number 66, Kelvin Prooster, in front of him, but that wasn't enough because Landry gets inside and makes the tackle.
Kennedy got a yard to the 39. Renfro throws over the middle. Peterson's got the ball, and they rule that he trapped it.
Well, this is a great example of a defensive back playing the quarterback, not the receiver. He's to the inside of Nastasiuk, and Peterson strictly comes on the movement of the quarterback and where he's throwing the ball, not where Nastasiuk was going. Right here, you get a great angle of what's going on. Must have just gone through, and the tip of the ball touched the ground after it had gone through his arms.
So Olisic will punt, averaging 49 yards on 2 tries tonight. Another good one. Not quite as long, perhaps, but it stays up there. McCrary, good return to the 44. Stampeders are coming on as this first half continues, and Rick Warman and the offense will move the ball from the 44 against Willie Pless and the Argonaut defense.
Warren Hudson made the tackle at the 43-yard line. Stampeders are first and 10.
Greg Peterson having that right knee examined by Pat Clayton, the athletic therapist. Not serious enough to do anything about it. Pull that pad back down, get ready to go again.
Warman gives it to Faulkner. He winds up on the ground beside Don Moan after a short gain.
Sean Faulkner gets 3 yards on the carry, wrapped up by Don Moan.
Bilovich was saying that with Zambiazzi in the middle, he thought that there might be some lack of cohesion between the linebackers, plus Moan and Zambiazzi. He said they've melded together very well.
As you can see, the Stampeders have scored the last 3 times they've had the ball. Scored in 3 different ways, but it has helped them get back in this game. Don Moan needing some assistance. The rest of the CFL weekend, BC at Hamilton tomorrow, and then 2 games on Sunday. Saskatchewan at Winnipeg, and another Canadian Football Network offering is Ottawa at Edmonton.
Don Moan shaken up on the play. Stampeders are pleased to have as their guests students from the King's School in Parramatta, Australia, who are seated in rows 21.
And you watch every minute of every movie on the planes, will you please? Here to the east and back again.
I'll give you a review.
Let's give them a big Calgary welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Offensive backs and quarterbacks, receivers, little meeting on the side. It's like John Conjemi's holding court.
We'll call it a 3-yard gain for Faulkner. Again, the Stampeders are throwing over the middle. Tolbert with a catch.
They're trying to, the Argonauts have been trying to do some stunts up front. Harding's on the nose, comes down on the nose, takes the guard and the center out of the play. Really almost being a dummy, coming in and expecting the attention, gets it and tries to spring Hallman loose. Once again, Tolbert is able to find that gap, and I think Delorier came up limping after that play.
Nice throw by Warman, under some fire that time. Otherwise, the Stampeders are protecting him very well. Petros picking his way.
That's Tim Petros, the Calgary ball carrier.
Calgary doing a nice job of mixing up their offense, giving Toronto the different looks, both through the play action, throwing the ball deep. Warman's calling a very good game right now.
Well, they haven't dazzled the Argos with the run, but they have certainly established it, which the coach will tell you is what they want to do. The Argos have to think about Calgary's running, and that is helping Calgary's passing. High in the air goes Christensen. Pleasant gave him a hit, and the cheerleaders suffer more than anybody else.
Well, again, Christensen does a nice job of getting separation from Reggie Pleasant. He's going to come right at you here. A little bit of a burst, turns back in. That head turning around to the right shoulder makes Pleasant step up to the inside, and Christensen comes back and works back to the sidelines.
Jay Christensen has the Calgary touchdown in this game. This is a Foster's Lager telecast on the Canadian Football Network. Three minutes to go in the first half. If Mark McLaughlin can make a field goal, the Stampeders will lead for the first time. He must make it from 39 yards away. And he does, and Calgary goes into the lead by a point.
Larry Gaharich had a great deal of faith in this young man when he brought him onto the football team. Didn't have a very good beginning, hit only 1 for 5, but McLaughlin has really come through, being far more consistent, and he certainly does have that strong leg that we heard so much about.
Stampeders trailed 10-0 at one point, so they have outscored the Argonauts 14-3 from there. Run in front of Darrell Smith for a first down.
Last week, Darrell Smith bruised up one of his shoulders, was taken out of the game, and as the game progressed, he was back bothering Bob Obilovich on the sideline, wanting to get back in the game. Interesting, he said, how you find out about your players, even once you've had them for a while, a little bit about their character.
They've thrown to Smith earlier tonight, but that's the first one he's caught. They've done this a lot. Stampeders starting to adjust to that quick pass. Pernell Moore has 2 catches that way, and now gets up slowly.
Almost makes me think, since we've seen that play a number of times, there has to be another variation from that they're going to throw at the Stampeders a little bit later.
Well, the last time they went one way to Moore, they turned around and went the other way to Jeff Boyd. Blitz from the Stampeders. Fennerty over the middle is a pass receiver for the first time. McCrary made the tackle, but the Argos quickly get another first down, and some concern about Fennerty.
Thrown down almost like he was in a twisting motion when he hit the turf. He's going to release up. Fennerty, to his